G'day, I'm James, and I'm really excited to be presenting this to you today. The top 3 ways to get bookings that's available to you right now that really successful spa and massage therapists are using to be able to get to that place of being fully booked. And I know for a lot of people, it's about getting more bookings, making sure that those numbers are there, but also being able to do that easily because you want to be able to do it in a way that makes it easy and simple to run the business side of things so that you can do more of the hands-on work with your actual clients. So what we're going to do in this presentation is dive into the 3 ways and also some great insights around that can make it really, really simple for you to know how to do your marketing in the most effective way. I'm going to bring up my iPad and do a little bit of drawing first, show you some of the frameworks that we're going to use, and then we'll dive into the actual 3 ways and how you can do that really easily online. So just give me a sec while I pop this iPad up and then we'll jump into the presentation. Perfect. So you should be able to see that in front of you now. The top 3 ways to get fast bookings using easy online tools. Now, where we start with this is maybe if you've been feeling confused by how social media algorithms, Google updates, even AI like ChatGPT, they are at the moment creating huge changes, which has created a whole lot of noise and confusion around how the best or what the best ways are to do marketing and how to get results from that. And there's always that thing about, oh, all you need to do is more content. Come on, let's just do heaps of stuff. But for a lot of massage therapists and spa workers and other, allied health and service professionals, we just simply don't have time for creating 3 posts a day or dancing around on video, doing all that sort of stuff that all those sort of Instagram people, where it's their full-time job, they can use those to get a huge following, but we can't. So do you ever wish there was just a simpler way to get easy and immediate bookings? And that's what we're going to go through here. Guess what? You're in the right place. Because as a massage or spa professional, it's the truth. You don't need complicated, expensive, or time-wasting tactics just to get clients booking in. In fact, most practitioners want the simplest marketing possible so they can get back to serving their clients. So I've cut it down to the top 3 simplest ways to get clients booking in that are working right now for professionals like you. And I'm going to show you a piece of software that we're using with our paid clients who are able to do all of these 3 tactics on autopilot, which keeps it really simple as well. And I just want to share a little bit about me and why you need to know what I've discovered. I know some of you will be familiar, we might have met, some maybe not yet. So I'd love to catch up with you when we can and be able to connect. And just to share a little bit of my background, I do have a fairly unique insight into marketing, specifically in the massage and spa industry. So originally I ran my own marketing agency. I had my own small team. We worked with like hundreds of small and large businesses every year. And not all of them were health professionals, of course. It was all sorts of different industries, some health mixed in amongst everything else, some big businesses, local government, that sort of stuff. I did that for around 15 years. And at the same time as doing that, my wife, so she's my partner and business partner, Alicia, she ran her massage practice. And her story is that she started, as many people do, just treating family and friends from our lounge room, from our home, and grew that over time into a place where, through a few steps, she got to a 3-room clinic, had 9 staff working out of there. They were doing over 100 treatments a week across the team. Together with Christine as well, our other business partner, the 3 of us now train and mentor hundreds of massage, health, spa, beauty professionals each year worldwide. We have 2 best-selling books. Personally, I've keynoted at Australia's largest massage conference last year. I speak all over the country and doing a lot of international presenting online as well. And what it means is, especially with the marketing side of things, I get to see what works and what doesn't, because it's my experience and it's also hundreds of other therapists, our paid clients, as well as just many, many people that I touch base with in the industry, associations as well, and all that kind of stuff. So I get this unique insight that I'm going to share with you today. And really, my goal, as well as that of my partners at the Health Leader Co. here, we have this deep mission to create a deeply rewarding practice for every massage or spa professional, because we believe you deserve it. You deserve a rippling impact, meaning you can work with clients as well as ripple out into the broader community to create organic wealth just from the nature of the way your business is designed. You should be able to have wealth being created from that, and empowering freedom so that you feel like Your business is actually serving you and giving you time and time off rather than the other way around. Sometimes it feels a little bit like we've got to look after our business. We've got to spend so much time and energy on it. We don't get much back. Instead, we want the experience of owning and running a business to be something that is deeply rewarding and supports you in your life and goals. And creating presentations like this for you guys is actually part of how I fulfill my mission to be able to help people just like you in this industry to create these deeply rewarding practices. So thank you for allowing me to be here and help you with this. Now for tonight or today, who this is for is if you are a massage therapist, a body worker, spa owner, complementary health professional of any kind, allied health, basically just anything where you're working with health or well-being in some way, then the tactics I'm going to share with you now can make a huge difference in the way you do your marketing, the way you attract clients, and how easy it is to make that happen. So I want to first introduce the why we must simplify the way that we do our marketing. And this is a very quick model that I want to show you that kind of allows us to see why it's so important to keep things simple. And I call it SASing your practice, like the SAS. So let me show you how this works. First off, if I can zoom in, the first step is that we need to be able to simplify. This is the first S. Then after we've simplified, we automate. And then after automating, that is when we scale or grow. And the reason that we have to do it in this order is because if we don't, this is what can happen. So if you just happen to start a business, you're not really thinking about it, you're doing your hands-on work really well, but the rest doesn't have much intention around it. It's just kind of happening by default. Business tends to become complex when we do it by default. And the reason for that is that although you might start with a simple idea, you end up having problems or challenges that come from that and just solving them with whatever's at hand. If there's no intention around it, then the solutions end up being a little bit like a rabbit warren where everything is interconnected in a really complicated way. So things just become complex by default. And if we're not able to automate or outsource any of that, it means that it is only you doing the things that are in your business. There's no automation, there's no special software helping you, there's no other people on board, if that's the case. That often is for people who are just starting out or, again, who don't have that intention around designing their business. It's complex by default and it's only you doing it. And then the final step here is that if you want to scale, what happens is that you can, you'll find that if it's complex by default and if it's only you doing it, and you'll end up being overwhelmed just by all the time everything takes, maybe even burnt out just by how much everything weighs on your shoulders and everything needs you to be able to be done. And even if it's not like that, or at best, what you'll get is stuck because you literally just can't do the things you might want to do to be able to scale if it's complex by default and it's only you doing it. So complex by default, only you doing it, leads to overwhelmed, burnt out, or at best being stuck. Now, the alternative, of course, is that if we're going down the path of simplifying, if we're making sure that the SAS is working in our business, then instead of being complex, we are actually designing our business purposefully, which means that it's got a system to make everything that we can maximized. We're getting the maximum output that we can from the smallest input that we can to be able to get that outcome. It just means putting some intention and some design around how our business systems work. Also, automate can also mean outsource. This is not just automation like you might think of, I don't know, robots and software. It's like just means anything that's not just you. So automation and outsource can mean getting other people, either support staff or other people to do some treatments. It can mean having good software at your fingertips to be able to make things work more smoothly. And even just the systems, the way you design, how do we open the space? How do we close it? How do we communicate with our clients? All the sort of rules and systems behind the scenes, when they're designed, become much more easier to automate and outsource. And what that means is then we do actually have the ability to scale more easily. And by the way, scale can sometimes mean up, but it can also mean down. Some people are like, I've been working so hard, but I can't stop because if I stop working, I've got no income. No one's going to look after my clients. There's just no way I can actually pull back. Whereas other people, of course, want to continue to scale up, to continue to grow. But either way, you can't do that until you've got a simple automated system behind the scenes there. And that will then allow you to create that rippling impact that we're looking at achieving with people outside just our clients, also getting the organic wealth because the business is creating that as we run it, as we work it. And that will all allow you to have empowering freedom. And the idea is that with those in place, you're able to scale your business much more easily. So I'd love you to just have a think about this and think, in your business, can you relate to this? Are you at the top of the circles here, or maybe you're in process beneath? And what this does is gives us a bit of a framework as to why even your marketing has to be done in a simple way. Because if you're doing all sorts of different types of marketing, you're getting some results over here, some over there, you don't really know why, everything's all over the place. That's complex by default. And it means that it's only you doing it all, especially if you've got no automation, no other people, no software, no systems around that, then you can't scale. And if you do, you're going to hit these things overwhelmed, burnt out, or at best kind of stuck by the number of hours you can actually do. So instead, what we want to do is something else, right? And I want you to just think to yourself, do you know what strategy is proven to work the best? Now, this is a question I often ask in live classes, and it's really interesting seeing what people say, because some will say, Facebook ads or SMSs, or I talk to people while they're on the table, like all these things. And all of them are usually really good ideas, but they are more what I would call tactics as opposed to strategy. Strategy is kind of the bigger picture. It's like, why are we doing this? And what's the big idea? And then we break down that idea, those words, those offers, the things that we can actually know that people want. We break that down into the individual tactics, and we can actually go out to people and talk to them where they are, whether that's on Messenger or SMS or whatever it might be. So as far as strategy goes, there's one that's really simple. You've probably heard this before. We want to get the right offer to the right person at the right time. And when we can do that, it is absolutely unbeatable. The follow-up question is, well, who are the right people? So before we get into the actual top 3 ways, I want to also show you how to find the people who are most right for you to speak to. Because when you can do that, it means any message that we give them is going to be even more powerful and result in more bookings. And it's a whole lot simpler to actually get the results that we want to from that. This is another model that I wanted to draw for you here. Another reason I've got the iPad up here. And I call this one levels of awareness. Levels of awareness is basically a way of being able to break up our audience, the people that you might be going to talk to about coming in and buying your services, becoming a client. And all the people that we are going to talk to about this fall into a few different categories. Basically, the people I'm going to put right along the bottom here are the people I would call unaware. So when it comes to levels of awareness, they are unaware that they've got a problem. They're unaware that they need a solution. They're unaware of you. They're just completely unaware. And if you work in the health space, you might have even met these people. They're often kind of older, middle-aged men is a classic typecast of this, where they're walking around. They're like, I've been working in the truck for many years, blah, 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 blah. And their body might be completely wrecked, but they don't even acknowledge it. It's just part of who they are. They're completely unaware that there's anything happening there. Now, I've put this in red because for the most part, we don't even bother marketing to those guys. They are just completely unaware. There's no way it's worth the time and effort to try and get them to buy anything from us as that might help them. The next level is what we call problem aware. Now, problem aware people, these are people who know that they've got a problem. They're walking around feeling the pain, or they've had a recent injury, something like that. So they're aware there is a problem, but they might not yet know exactly how to solve it. But they might be looking around, or they might be sort of aware that they might want to solve it in some way, but they just don't have that much awareness around what to actually do next. They're just sort of sitting out there. The next one that we have is what we would call solution aware. Now, solution aware people are aware that there is actually a solution available. So for example, they've been playing sport on the weekend, they injure themselves, and they just know as part of their kind of training and experience that massage could help with that. So they're like, yeah, I know I need to go see a massage therapist. I'm going to actively go and look for one. I know there's a solution out there and I'm aware of that. So I'm going to go looking. And the very, very top here, the one that is really the most gold for us, these are the people who are you aware. Now, when they are you aware, not only do they know there's a solution, but they know you're the one who can do that for them, right? You're actually the person who can help them. This is often people who are like past clients, or connections in some other way, maybe family members or friends. They know who you are, they know what you do, and they need very little convincing to book in because they're already just so aware of how what you do can help solve their problems. Now, when it comes to marketing for quick bookings, what we often see is people just aiming in the wrong spot, because the quickest bookings ever are in this top part here. You aware, you will absolutely get the most bookings ever from people who are your past clients or even your present clients, because with those, we can just remind them that they need a booking. They're like, yes, I know you're amazing already, so of course I'm going to jump in and book that spot. The next level that we can have a look at, which is also a great place to get clients from, is solution aware. This is where tactics like getting found in Google or in other search platforms is super, super powerful, because these are the people who are out there actually looking for a solution, but they don't know it's you. But they are there typing into Google, massage therapist near me. And if you pop up and you look good, you've got some reviews, you've got a website, all that kind of stuff, then they're going to have a very good chance of actually booking in. Now, the thing you might be thinking is, but what happens when we run out of people who are you aware? Like if you've just started up, you probably don't have many people who are actually aware of you. If you've been around for a long time, a bit different. That's why it's easier to run a business that's established with lots of past clients. So if you don't have enough, or after you've exhausted the bookings from the people who are you aware, that's when we start looking at solution aware. Those two are often where we will get our biggest and best results, because people who are already looking, they're searching Google, they're looking around, they're asking for referrals, they're solution aware. They can very easily become you aware because someone tells them about them or they find you on Google. And from there, then they'll actually book. I sort of picture the bookings being jumping over the top of the triangle there. Now, the next level down, I'm going to mention this briefly, because problem aware, if I can grab the right pen, problem aware is where we will often see many therapists trying to do the most marketing. Now, there's nothing wrong with becoming a problem aware marketer. This is often where things like education come in, because this is where you can go out and say, did you know that I can fix sore shoulders? You got pain in your hip, I can help with that. Did you know that, skin needs this kind of care? And when people are problem aware, you can help them become aware that there is a solution. And from there, do the rest of the marketing, then they become you aware, then they book in. But you can see that every sort of level is further away from the bookings, the further down that we go. And don't even worry about unaware. There's never even bother marketing to them, not at the level that all of us are at. So what I want you to do is, as we're going through these three tactics, you notice that I'm focusing in on tactics that are in this top triangle, because that is where your biggest and best and quickest and easiest clients are going to come from. But you will also, over time, perhaps need to nurture some of this as well, simply for that purpose of having enough people that are going to come through into the upper parts of the triangle. So this is a really handy framework to be able to look at whenever you're putting marketing out. You should just be thinking about, what kind of language am I using? How am I wording this? What level of awareness am I aiming at here? And start at the top if you want the quickest bookings. All right. So let's get into it. What are the actual top 3 ways to get more bookings? Now, I might actually just switch over to the computer again to be able to go through this part. I don't need to draw anymore, so I'm going to bring it up on full screen. Just give me 1 sec while I do that. Here we go. Beautiful. So let's get into it. What are these top 3? Well, I'm going to do them as a bit of a countdown. So we start with tactic number 3. Tactic number 3 is Google reviews. Now, the great thing about Google is that, as I said before, people searching Google for a solution have what we would call a high intent to make a booking. So they're looking for you, they're out there. And when they find you, they're very, very likely to book in. Now, having 5-star reviews in Google, that does 2 amazing things. It helps you appear higher in the results. So when the map comes up, you'll actually be closer up to the top of their listing if you've got more reviews, especially those 4 and 5-star reviews. And not only does it help in Google, but it helps people trust you. If they see that you're a business with a bunch of reviews, the more the better. They're much more likely to click through and book, because they can trust that social proof that other people like you and what you're doing. And the simplest way to get 5-star reviews is to automatically ask for them immediately after a session. Especially after their first session is when you should be asking for those reviews. Now, sometimes you might do that in clinic. You might have a little card. It says, leave us a review. Some people I've seen, they have QR codes, all that kind of stuff. But the dead simplest way to do this, remember, we're looking for just the simplest way, the SAS, the Simplify, Automate, Scale. The simplest way is to have your software, if you've got booking software that can do this, automatically SMS the person on their phone after the session with a link that just leads directly to the actual booking, the review, where they can leave that on Google. And the reason that we use SMS, I didn't mention this here, but the reason that we use SMS is because SMS is something that everyone gets. It's super easy to be able to connect with that. So if you want to appear better in Google, if you want to make sure that you're getting the benefit of those people that are searching, the goal I would have for you is to get to 20 reviews. Now, if you're just starting out, 20 will seem like quite a lot. If you've been in business for a while, you might be like, 20, I'm already in triple figures. That's awesome. So aim for 20 and then aim for 100, because once you do start getting into those triple figures, that's like massive trust building. It helps heaps in Google. And often if you just do a search, especially in a bigger city, if you just do a search for a massage therapist in my area, you'll notice that the top ones often have over 100 reviews. So if you're in a place that's a bit more built up, you will need to just get more and more of those to be able to be seen there. And that's a really fantastic thing for Google and for people. So that's the goal with Google reviews. Number 2, counting down, tactic number 2 is reactivation by SMS messages. Now, reactivation means going back to past clients. If you're not familiar with this, going back to past clients who have been to see you in the past, but don't have a current booking or maybe haven't been in for a while. And the truth is that past clients are the most aware of you. If you imagine the triangles that we had, the little top part, they are the most aware of you and your services and the value that you provide for them in solving their problems. So they've already been to see you. They know what it is that you do. And if they've fallen off at some point for no good reason, then even just a very simple connection, a very simple reminder, or a specific type of message, which we can talk about in a minute here, those are ways of being able to just re-enter that person's mind and potentially get a great booking from that. The other thing, I can't remember if I've got this. This makes your past client database a treasure trove of potential new bookings because, and this is, I haven't written this in here, but because it's actually really cheap to get to these people as well, because you don't need to pay for new advertising fees or any sort of new marketing to be able to get there. I'm sure you might have a little fee of sending them an SMS or something like that, but it's almost nothing compared to that expense or the cost of getting new people into your database all the time. So a really important factor in growing a sustainable business over time is being able to care for your clients, create that sense of community, and have regular retention so that people are coming back regularly, they're being reactivated if they fall off, and they've got lots of options to be able to stay an active member of your database. SMS messages, as I was starting to say before, SMS as a platform for being able to reach people, SMS has the highest open and click rate of any client communication. So if you've been around doing marketing for a little while, or you've tried connecting even with clients, you'll know that if you send an email, like you send an email to 100 people, you're doing very well if 30 of them open it, right? And often it'll be even lower, like you might find 10, 20% is a really normal open rate for just standard sort of email. Same with other forms of communication, in fact. The challenge with things like, I don't know, Facebook or Instagram messages or WhatsApp is that the communication becomes fragmented. People might have one username there, a different one over there. And when you start connecting with them, you're like, hang on, I've forgotten. Where was I talking to this person again? Whereas everyone gets SMS. Anyone with a phone has it. And even the language is revealing. People say, I check my email. I go and see if I've got some, and I might check in on it every now and then. I check my email. But I get SMS, I get that message because everyone gets it. The open rate is something like 98% or more. So the goal, if you want to have a look at reactivation, is to send 20 SMS messages to past clients. And I would definitely say if you've got the clients, then send 100 at least, or even more. The only reason we start with a smaller number, like 20 or maybe 50, is that it's a good opportunity to test if what we're actually messaging them is going to get a result. Because no good messaging them something that they don't care about or something that just falls on deaf ears and then sending that to an entire database of like 5,000 people. It's like, oh my goodness, I've got this amazing database. I didn't get anything from it. It's like, yeah, what did you send them? Something completely boring and useless. So what we do is we come up with a great offer. We think about how we can language that in a way that is enticing to people, that's connected, that feels friendly and open. And then we send that to maybe 20 or 50 people, depending on the size of that database. And when you start sort of seeing that, oh yeah, great, I'm getting a good result from this specific message, this specific way of mentioning this, Then we can send it to 100, 200, 500, all of them. Now, I'm talking at different levels here because I don't know how many you might have in your database, right? Some people will be just starting out. They'll be like, oh my goodness, 100 would be amazing. And others will be like, that was years ago, I passed that. And now I'm at thousands, tens of thousands even. So wherever you are, think of that past client database as a goldmine and just make sure that you're able to go back there, connect with those people authentically and offer them new ways of being able to book in. All right, tactic number one. This is the best one, the most sticky, most impacting way of getting new clients in. And this is direct booking Facebook lead ads. Now, let me just explain this for a sec. An ad, this is a paid ad, which means you're actually paying Meta to put it out on Facebook or Instagram. Now, this is a little bit different. The previous two tactics have been basically free. But the difference is that with Google, you can only ever get the amount of people coming in that are actually searching in your area, which is absolutely fantastic when they are searching. But if you've only got 5 people searching in a week, you can't get more than 5 bookings, right? It's impossible. You won't even get all 5, but you'll get a handful of them, but you can't get more than the people that are actually searching. Likewise with your past client database, it's like, great, I can reactivate them, I can get in touch. The very first time or the first few times you do that, you'll get a bunch of bookings from them, but then they've all reactivated, the ones that are going to be there. Or maybe you don't have that many people in the past anyway. So those ones that are right at the top there, the top 2 triangles, are super fantastic for getting quick bookings, but direct booking paid advertising is an amazing way, the most powerful way of hitting people that are starting to reach into the second and third boxes. So people who are solution aware and people who are problem aware will both respond to these type of ads. Now, a Facebook lead ad is what I'm talking about, is a specific type of ad. It's not just one that goes off to your website or goes off to your booking software. A lead ad, you've probably even seen them online if you've been browsing Facebook or Instagram. When you click on the ad, it pops up a little form that is inside Facebook or Instagram. And it's already pre-filled with your details because it knows you. It's inside Facebook. It's got my Facebook details in there. It's got my name, my email, my phone number. And all I have to click is submit or send. And for you as the marketer, you get that person's details straight away. Then they go off to their booking software. And this is what makes it different because this specific type of ad allows potential clients to essentially put their hands up if they suit your service. It's like you can see, oh, here's someone who might be good for me. Now, if they book immediately, that's fantastic. There's no faff and there's no constant social posts. You don't need to do anything to be able to get these people in. You're just paying for the ads. And the tricky part or the cool part about this is that if they've clicked submit, if they've clicked send, they go to your booking software, they just book in, then that's awesome. It's absolutely fantastic. But if they don't, then we can follow them up because we've got their details. Every time someone fills it in, you have their details to follow up later if they haven't booked yet. And the statistics on this can be amazing as well. You can get double the amount of bookings from the same ad campaign just by using a lead ad and having a follow-up way of getting people to book. So just to put that in number terms, it means if I run an ad, I spend, I don't know, $100 on that and I get 10 people fill out a form. That's $10 each. That's probably quite high. So maybe 20 people fill it in. Now, normally, of those 20 people who've clicked the ad and done the action, you might find, I don't know, maybe 3 will actually create a booking. So you've spent $100, 20 people have seen it, 3 will book in. That's without it being a lead ad, just in the old school normal type of ads that go out there. But with a lead ad, from those 20 that fill it in, 3 still book straight away, but the other 17 can get a reminder. Hey, I just saw you were looking to book in a treatment. I noticed you didn't get one yet. Here's the booking link. They get that in their SMS because that's the way to connect with people. And straight away, they've got another reminder. They've got a place to be able to actually come back. It's in their messages. They can see it. You send a reminder the next day. Hey, I noticed you haven't booked in yet. What's going on? Maybe not quite like that. You can even call them and say, hey, I saw you were on Facebook. Just thought I'd ring and see how you're going. What's your interest? Tell me a little bit more. All of those great things can happen from that point. Now, there's a whole bunch of options there, depending on how much you actually want to maximize that, what time you've got, what you want to automate. But the point is, without their details, you can't do it. With a lead ad, you've got their details and a whole lot of options open up to you. So you are constantly building your database of people who are interested in future bookings. Email, SMS, any kind of connection you're doing is going out now to all of those people, not just actual past clients, but everyone who's put their hands up. That's what makes Facebook lead ads so incredibly powerful and, to be honest, underutilized in this industry. So what I would say for you as a goal, if you want to go down this path, is to create a direct booking lead ad and get 10 new bookings from that. Now, when we teach people how to actually do this tactic, you can go and Google it or look on YouTube or whatever if you don't know. Of course, we can help you with that as well, but it's easy enough to see how to do lead ads. If you set one up, usually you can get 10 bookings within a week or two without too much effort. Just remember, it does cost money, but it's such a saver of time. And every one of those new people that comes in is worth, not just that one booking, but their lifetime value of a client can be very high in this industry. So we start to be able to see how this can make a massive difference as a lever within your business. I get really excited by these kind of things. Now, what I wanted to show you next is this is the tool that we've had great success with for our paid clients, that we've actually been able to help them get set up in so that they can run all three of these. The great thing about Your Practice Pro is it actually is software that can allow a whole lot of marketing stuff, especially marketing software. It does a whole lot of different things, but it definitely helps to do the things we're talking about. It helps you to get reviews. It helps you to be able to reactivate and stay in touch with past clients. And it connects directly with Facebook lead ads. So you can see the people who filled in the forms and actually just automate contact back to them and those reminders and that sort of thing. This is what the website looks like. So you can go there afterwards and have a look at that. But what I wanted to share with you is that when people are using this software, it can help with these three things. As I just said, simple review requests. For Google, it's just one click to ask someone to leave a review. You can have smart reactivation. So it allows you to send SMSs or emails or anything automatically if you want to those people who haven't been in for a while, which is a huge time saver and creates more bookings. And you've also got this direct ads booking engine, which is basically just a connector with Facebook that gathers all of the people that have filled in any of those lead ads, any of those lead forms. It lists them all so you can just see who they are. It makes it super easy to collect that database and then recontact them. So whether that's reminders for just more bookings, we're getting that extra percentage of them actually booked in, and then ongoing to be able to connect with them even more. And the bonus is it also has some other amazing features. One of the best that our clients love is a universal inbox. The universal inbox meaning there's just one place where it actually connects all the different messaging platforms. So say someone messages you on Facebook or on Instagram, or even things like LinkedIn and TikTok, whether they SMS you or email you, you can see all their communication just in one stream, which means you never have that thing of like fragmented communication. And I'm so confused. It's like, not anymore. It's all in one place. Someone can email me one day, send me a Facebook message the next, and I can see it all in one stream, which is really amazing. Now I've got this little demo here to be able to show you. So let me just make sure this is actually going to work with audio, and we'll see how we go. Let's see how we go with this. Okay, so let me show you how easy it is to do these simple things that we've just been looking at. The first one is reviews here. You can see that it's keeping track of the reviews that are on my Google page automatically because they're connected. To send a new request, it's literally just the click of a button. I find my contact and it will search, find them in the thing, and then I click send reviewed request, and it'll automatically send them the link to be able to give me a review. And I can customize that message super easily just in this sort of place. And this is what it's going to look like when it gets sent. So it's all connected, all really automatic. The next thing I thought you might want to look at is an automation. So this is an SMS reactivation campaign that we've already written for you as a template. Now you can see it's inserting the contact's first name and your name and your business and the links and that sort of stuff. So this is something that you can automatically trigger, and every time you trigger this on someone, they will get this SMS with a link to book. So we use this to be able to, for example, reactivate past clients. And it's also quite a similar thing for the direct lead ads that come from Facebook. If they don't book automatically straight away, then we put one of these on a timer to send them a few minutes later, just to remind people to be able to click through and create a booking. And we can then follow through with more automations after that if we want to as well. So as much as possible is automated and it's already templated. And the thing is, we've already written the templates even for you. So you can come in and adjust them as much as you might want to or need to, but everything is already done. And the final thing here is an example of what it looks like to have someone in your contacts list. So this is me. I've just set up a test contact for myself, and you can see I've sent myself a bunch of emails.
Here's an SMS. That one's a webinar reminder, but you can send them either as automated reminders like this, or just send someone a message directly through the system here. And every time that person replies, no matter how they do it, whether it's SMS or email or Facebook message or Instagram or whatever other ones are hooked up, I've only connected these ones here in the example, but to send them an SMS, it's as simple as just typing in the box there. Send them an email, it's the same thing. Facebook message, same thing. So as soon as everything is connected, it's all in the one inbox, which means there's no fragmentation, there's no confusion, everything just happens in one place. And I can even see a handy list of things that this contact has done. Mostly I've been visiting web pages, but if they submit a form or do other things, create bookings, you'll see all of that here as well. And you can create notes, all sorts of different stuff. But the purpose of this is that all my contact details are in one place. The conversations that I have are all in one place. No matter how they're connecting with me, I'm never going to miscommunicate or miss a message from someone. And if I've got multiple team members, it means that even when team members connect with that client, everybody can see the communication that's happened and we're all on top of everything. So this is just a really simple little demo showing you those things. I hope it's super useful for you to see how easily this works. Okay,
Yeah, so that's my cool little demo of how that part of it works. Look, I guess one of the reasons that I wanted to share this with you is because it does simplify the marketing side of things. System has a whole bunch of different stuff in there. It's focused on marketing. It can do bookings and stuff as well, but it's not really, I wouldn't expect it to replace existing booking software if you've got that. This is more designed for the marketing activity that we're going to do to get new clients in and keep them happy. And so some of the really quick wins is those auto messages for all scenarios. You can just automate replies, set up, if they say this, then do this. And if they do that, then do that, all that kind of stuff. It's got a social media scheduler built in, so you can schedule out your content months in advance across all the different platforms at once, which saves a bunch of time. And we've got actual content in there that you can use. We supply that as part of the system. So you can just put it straight in. It's even got AI built into that as well. So when it comes to typing the content, it's a little bit like ChatGPT if you've ever had a play with that, but this is built into the system. You just say, this is how long I want the content to be. This is the topic. Give me a couple of ideas and it will just write the content for you. It's got a website designer in it. Again, no extra cost for that. It's just all included in here. An actual website can be built quite easily, drag and drop. It's got templates. And it's got that database of contacts. So it's holding all of your contacts in here with the activity history of the things they've done with you. I'll give you another demo here of what it looks like to edit the website.
The web page editor is incredibly easy to use. You basically just load up your page, you hover around and type things in the boxes, and you can change your fonts and all that sort of stuff as we go. It's very drag and drop, so you can just sort of grab anything and move it into a different spot. And of course, it comes with a bunch of really beautiful templates. So if you want to, you can start from something that already looks really good, and then you just drop in your text and your images and make it work. Have as many pages as you want. Everything like that is completely unlimited, which is really, really fantastic. But the thing I love about it most is the simplicity of making this happen. We just want to make sure that you can get your content up and running as quickly and easily as possible. It's quite similar with the social media side of things. This is the content planner. You can see I've hooked in a few of my different social media pages. Even if you've only got one or two, you can create a post that goes out to multiple pages at the same time. So you can hit Facebook and Instagram and even put it onto your Google My Business page and anything else that you might have going on all at once. You can plan it out in advance. But here's the thing that I love the most. When it comes to AI integration, you can literally just inside our software here, click on AI. You can say, this is what I want the title to be about. I want it to be like book a massage, and then give a brief description. You say, this is the type of treatment and I want it to be on this day. Add keywords, and then we select a writing tone, like, excited, casual, funny, number of variations, length of content. You click generate and it will literally write the content for you. That combined with a whole library full of imagery that you can already use means that this tool is pretty unbeatable as far as being everything in one place and keeping it really, really simple to manage all of your different marketing online.
which is great. All being in one place is one of the huge things that people seem to love about this when we introduce them to it and get questions and feedback. Look, it does do a whole bunch of other stuff. As I said, lots of people will use some of this, maybe bits and pieces. The core of it is those things we've already seen, but it just does SMS and email marketing across your entire database in all sorts of different ways. It's got automatic follow-up to ask for bookings in all sorts of different places and ways. Very tight ads integration with Facebook and Google Ads so that you can see reports from those and actually see where the clients are coming from across each channel. It's got what we call in client magnets. Basically, that's like a funnel page or a website page that can, you can offer something free or you can offer something for sale to help build your list of potential clients. We've got smart automation workflows. So not only is it automated step by step, but you can say, well, if they click this link, then do this. If they've made a booking, then do that. We've got that kind of logic can be built in. We can do membership areas, which means you can give a special login to all of your clients and they can see video content or other bits and pieces that can be either paid or free. You can say this is a free upgrade or a free bonus for all my clients, or if you join this particular program, you get it for free, or you can charge a monthly fee through this system to be part of that online membership area. Same thing with courses. You can create courses, put your entire course up step by step, all the kind of different things that can happen in there, sell them or bundle it up, give it to your clients for free, package it with different things. All of that is available in here and incredible when it comes to marketing for clinics and therapists and spa, doing all of those things. It's basically got like not just the top 3, but when I look at it, I'm like, whoa, it's really like the top 20, top 50 things that I would normally do with my clients, with therapists, are in this system and all in one place and super simple. And the way that it works is we can actually pre-build templates and things in there for you so that you can see that set up. So if you've ever used any of these things, it basically can replace things like MailChimp, social media schedulers like Publer or Later, website designers like Wix or Squarespace, ActiveCampaign or other CRMs for client management, ClickFunnels, LearnDash for courses, booking calendars for calls. It's not really designed to replace like practice management software, but there is a lot of overlap between this and that. If you've got a small space or you're just working solo by yourself, you could probably even replace any practice management software this as well. Most of our clients are using it alongside their practice management software. It's like practice management does that, this does the marketing. But you could replace it entirely if you wanted to, or at least look at how it would work. Now, how does it work? Because this is one of the things that we do get questions about. It's based on a system called High Level. High Level is very, very popular amongst marketers. It's used across all sorts of different industries for different marketers and agencies to be able to serve their clients. And what we've done is, and it's got over 500,000 users worldwide, so it's massive and it's very, very stable and moves very quickly. It's regularly upgraded. And what we've done is we've taken that High Level and we've customized it for massage, complementary health, spa, basically by recreating a whole bunch of templates for it, pre-writing a whole lot of emails and SMSs and automations, and then providing training from us, the experts in this specific field, to be able to show how to use High Level to do a lot of the marketing that we're talking about. We've added customized features, 24/7 support, massive content library, and automated strategies specifically for massage, complementary health, allied health, spa, beauty. A whole lot of those things are included with what you can do with this. I'm going to show you this one last demo, and then we'll move to the next step.
When you first sign up and the system isn't quite familiar yet, we've got this beautiful, simple launch pad that will help you get the main things connected that you need to start with. You literally just click these buttons to connect Google, Facebook, chat widget if you want, Stripe if you want to, and all of that is just like a click away. You log into Facebook and straight away it connects. And the other great thing here is that we've got this 24/7 chat-based support. So you click this little thing, it's on almost every page in this whole system. And you can straight away just search for help through articles and different instructions that we've got there. Or you can click this little one here and just immediately start a chat. The way this works is that it will default to an AI-driven chat, which means the answers are instant if AI can answer them, and most of the simple things it can. And then after every message, it says, would you like to speak with a human? And if you want to, you can straight away speak with someone. It's usually like less than 5 minutes to wait to be able to speak with a human who will help you answer your questions, even better than AI sometimes can. So the whole thing is set up to make it really, really easy to navigate, to get on board with, and to start using really, really quickly as soon as you sign up.
Great. So what comes next? Well, I'm glad you asked. Basically, I guess what I wanted to do was share with you the way that these 3 steps are working right now at the moment, show you some of the frameworks that allow you to see how to simplify your business and make sure that you're able to actually scale in whatever direction you want to, and then show you this software that is able to sort of thread it together and pin those pieces in a way that I haven't seen anything that's been able to do it like this before. Now, if it is something where you want to look at this software more, there's a website for it. I'll show you the link in a sec. You're welcome to go and check it out, see some of the demo that's happening there. It's quite new. So what we're doing at the moment is every single person who signs up, whether you pay for it or not, you will get an onboarding session with me together. What I mean by that is in the future, we'll be charging for that. In fact, at the moment, when you go to the website, you will see an actual option that says if you want that onboarding session, that will be charged. But even if you choose no, if you just don't, like you sign up for the software, but you choose not to do a separate onboarding fee, you'll get an onboarding session anyway. What that allows me to do is sit down with you and actually say, okay, how are you thinking you might want to use this? We can customize the system to make sure that you get those quick wins, set up a little bit of the tech together so that it's all done with you and for you. You're not having to figure out how to connect all the bits and pieces just at the start. And it is quite simple to set up, and there's videos you can watch to help with that. But if you want to just cut down the time and make it really simple, I'll sit down with you and do that over Zoom together. Then the doors open and you can start actually getting the results from this as you go. There's a whole lot of value included there. If you look at all the things it replaces, that adds up to over $1,400 per month. And the basic Your Practice Pro is only $129 per month. So look, it is something that is really super powerful. And as well as, like, obviously, if you want to go and have a look at it and want to sign up, absolutely fantastic. But what I would normally suggest first off is that if you're interested, go to the Your Practice Pro website. It's yourpractice.pro and book a free one-on-one demo. And what that will allow us to do is sit down and actually have a quick chat about your business, what it is you're hoping to achieve, maybe where you see the challenges being in your marketing, what you've done so far that works, what the things that you've tried that haven't worked. And then if it's something where the software could help you potentially do that more easily, I can show you what that would look like actually for you. I'm also happy to just give you advice and point you in the right direction if it's not something that can help. We do a whole lot of coaching and training and connection with people in this industry across the world, just literally to be able to speak with more people and start fulfilling that vision. So I'd absolutely love to be able to connect with you. Go to yourpractice.pro if you want to right now, book in a free demo, have a look at the software, see what it might be. And from here, whether you're using this software or just doing your own thing, I would love to see you stepping with more intention into creating your business and creating a systemized way of doing marketing. Because when you step into that and start doing it intentionally, that's when you can simplify, that's when you can automate and outsource. And those things, that pathway is exactly what can allow you to scale, to grow your number of clients, or to scale back, grow your income and your downtime while you've got other automations and people doing the work. Thank you again for being part of this presentation. I absolutely love connecting with people just like you. Definitely reach out in one way or another. I'd love to be able to touch base, hear a bit more about who you are and what you're doing, and see if or how I might be able to help you along the way. Thanks again, and we'll catch you soon.